Hi, my name's Leona from Supra Conscioussoul, and this is your Divine Masculine reading. So in this reading, we're going to take a look at how he's feeling. So we're going to do past, present, and then future. Now, I'm going to use the Rider-Waite for the past line. Then I'm going to use the After Tarot for the present. And then I'm going to use the Tarot of New Visions. Okay, we'll have that. We're going to have the Tarot of New Visions, which is going to show us the future perspective and how he wants to move forward. So this is for the past energy, Divine Masculine. Okay. One more card for the past energy. Let's have that one. Right. So underneath the deck, there's the Two of Cups. So that's a good sign. I feel like the Divine Masculine wants to reach out to you. But they're also kind of looking at the shadow aspect of themselves this month. It could be that you guys are reflecting certain things within each other. It's also that they're getting pulled into your energy. It's like they want to be around you. They want to be near you. However, we do have the Judgment in reverse. So you could have put the Divine Masculine in their place recently. You could have felt like they were being critical or judgmental of you. It's also about you not wanting to give them another chance. It could be that they feel like you don't want to give them another chance, that they feel like they're not having their day of judgment, so to speak. And I feel like that's got a lot to do with them standing in their power, because they have the Emperor card here. It's about taking leadership and about ownership of their feelings. And I feel like some of the Divine Masculine are allowing this judgment to get in the way of this energy of leadership, of power. Or for some of them, it could be that in the past they've been a little bit controlling, and now they're coming back into their power, back into their energy. They could be realizing that they can't control certain situations. It could be that judgment gets taken out of their hands in that sense. It could be, but I'm feeling like with the Emperor card and the Two of Cups, it's like they know that you're their Divine Feminine. However, they are going through these choices, these options, these trying to figure out what decision they can make. And the Judgment also shows that where they should have took a leadership and made a decision about the relationship in some way, I'm feeling that they're not. And they could be kind of stuck in this delusion or fantasy, or oh, but this and this makes this, so that means I can't do this. It's that kind of energy where they're allowing their thoughts and their feelings to kind of get in the way of logic, to get in the way of reason, to get in the way of making a decision to move forward. So we're going to look at the After Tarot now for the center row. So this would be the present energy for the Divine Masculine. Yeah. How are they feeling? How is the Divine Masculine feeling in love at present? Okay. Okay. For some of you guys, so they're trying to release this conflict, yeah? They're trying to release this energy. It could have been that their energy was a little bit dissipated. They could have been trying to focus on too many things. It's almost like they weren't hearing you. So it's like now they're trying to release this conflict. For some, I feel like there could have been a little bit of competition, a little bit of jealousy perhaps, because we're having feelings of low self-worth, low self-esteem. I feel like the Divine Masculine is in a place right now where he's not really feeling much joy. It could also be situations around third parties, but I feel like they're releasing those, or trying to. They're trying to also release some of this mental energy, but they are seeing with this card that there's no structure being created. They're seeing that there is a separation of energy. They're seeing We have 2 3s here, both in reverse. So I do feel like for a lot of you, they were making decisions about third parties, whether that was their mum, whether that was to do with the child, whether that was to do with what their best friend thought. But there's some kind of thing where they could have been not valuing you, or they could also be realizing that they haven't been valuing you. And because of that, there's no victory, there's no engagement for them. I feel like they're wanting to engage with you, but they're also fighting these demons. They're going through these battles, yeah? It's also with the 3 as well. It could be something to do with work, or to do with their structure, that's or their finances as well, with the 3 of Pentacles. But something's very much out of balance with them. Let's have a look with the Tarot of New Vision. How are the Divine Masculine going to move forward with this energy? How are they moving forward? It could also be that they're not listening to their guides at this time. This is about listening to your guide, listening to your higher self. But I feel like they're going on more of this process of mental healing. They're trying to release some of this emotional baggage as well. And that could be to do with these choices. They're feeling like it could also be gossip. There could be a bit of slander. There could be, but there's definitely 3 people in terms of the energy, because we do have the 2 3s there. Let's see how they can move forward. Okay, so they're going to need balance in order to move forward. This is also the card of Sagittarius. They're needing to kind of remain balanced, and they're trying to create this alchemy. They're trying to get closer to you. However, I feel like a lot of their own values of self-worth are being brought up at the moment. They're in judgment of themselves, and they kind of need to go through this healing process at present. They're needing to kind of fulfill, they're needing to find the balance within themselves before they're then able to go out and create this transition, this healing. They're finding the balance. They're trying to see the daffodils. They're trying to see, they're trying to listen to their guides, or they need to listen more to their angelic support in order to move forward in this situation. It's also a fire energy I'm seeing on there. So it's also about kind of throwing their fears, throwing their healing into the flames in order for this transmutation. It's allowing that energy to kind of, it's using that energy, using that fear, using those healings in order to move forward. That's where they need to be at, and that's where the enlightenment will come from them, for them. So let's have another card. Ah, the 7 of Cups again. So they're still stuck in this delusion. They're still stuck in these choices. But it is all reliant on this healing process that they're going through. So I feel like certain Divine Masculines, once they've gone through this healing process, they're then going to be ready to make this decision. They're then going to be ready to move forward. They're then going to be ready to make offers to create more structure within the relationship. We can't write this. So yes, as they move forward, yeah, so they're in this place of not wanting to support you. However, once I feel like they've gone through their healing, they can then make this decision, and we then have this coming together. They are now listening to their angelic support. This is a sense of, it's a sense of support after a time of being left out in the cold. It could have been that you was juggling everything, you was doing everything, and you felt like your Divine Masculine kind of left you to it in a sense. But this is structures coming together. This is being able to build now for the future. So I've also got the vice versa tarot, sorry. So we're going to look at their emotional life. Okay, they're feeling a little bit trapped. However, this entrapment is their own doing. It's their own doing. It's like they're being called to to notice this. They're being called to release some of these swords that they're carrying around. These could be judgments, as here. These could be, this is also stagnation, because it's keeping them held up in these mental beliefs as well. Let's see what else we got for the emotional life of the Divine Masculine. Okay, this is them wanting, they're wanting a relationship, but they're also wanting their freedom. They're going through this battle at the moment. And I feel like it's whether to commit, whether to send out that message, because we do have the Divine Masculine in the Tower there, sending out this bird. We do have some communication coming now. But this is when they've got themselves to a place of stability with the Nine of Pentacles. So they're going to go through this process where they're fighting themselves, where they feel trapped. And then the freedom comes once they find the balance within themselves. And then they're going to be able to communicate. Because even in this card, we've got the Divine Masculine locked up in the Tower there. And it's like that freedom. We also have the full moon that was just last night as well. So the 17th, yeah, of March. So this is about a new revelation. I feel like they're going through this process right now. So let's have one more card for the emotional life of the masculine. Okay, this is the Star. This is healing. This is telling them to have hope and faith. This is them kind of coming into their power. It's also Aquarius energy, which is talking about them needing to kind of stand in their truth. Once they can own their truth, once they can own who they are, then everything becomes a lot clearer, yeah? And then they're able to then communicate that to you. Right, so we'll take one from the wisdom of the vintage wisdom for some overall advice. What have we got, Spirit? Adventure. So they're wanting to go on this adventure, but I feel like that comes once they've got into their power, yeah? Then they're able to go on this adventure. I feel like for some Divine Masculines, they're kind of torn. And it's like they're going through this process of transformation, yeah? And they're trying to hold on to everything. But at the same time, they're trying to break free. So this is saying that it's about... she can't pull the Eiffel Tower with her. It's like the Divine Masculine has to leave certain things behind in order to go on this new adventure, in order to become this new transformation, this new alchemy, this new being. But they have to have this sense of adventure within their soul. And that comes from them finding their own balance within the situation. That comes from, it's also, I think, for some Divine Masculines, finances have a lot to do with it as well. It could be that they felt like they didn't have enough finances, enough structure in order to support the Divine Feminine. They was living in this kind of fear-based mentality, which was kind of taking all the joy out of the relationship for them. Yeah, it also could be that they just felt like there was gossip. They felt like there was some kind of scandal. It could also be that there's many kind of, you know, little rumours going around with the Three of Cups in reverse as well. And so they're kind of not knowing what's real and what's this dragon at the moment, so to speak. And that is pulling them back. They're not wanting to kind of put their energy out there. They're not wanting to support. However, I do feel like they have this turnaround. And by the end of the month, they come out with the Aquarius card. So... and then they get to go on this new adventure, but without pulling all of this baggage with them, yeah? Then they get to go, because you can't go on an adventure if you're trying to take the Eiffel Tower with you, can you? So it's about them finding their stability and then being able to go off on that adventure, then being able to go off and make this to have this healing process, to then be able to get into union with you guys. And I feel like it's coming. I just feel like they need to stand in their power a little bit more, and maybe not be so self-critical, so self-judgmental of like either themselves or the feminine, because I do feel like they really want to reach out. Take care, stay blessed.